T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Shaking back! Does that feel good? Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. How's everybody doing today? I don't know why I
Hi.
have spotlight search on my screen. Welcome to episode 5 of the Shake and Bake Show.
5 already?
I think this is 5. I think that's what Matt said.
Oh, yeah, y'all had one without me. That's right.
Yeah, don't bring it up. Don't talk trash. We have Lyle, the Smoky Burn-Off Eyebrow Barnett, coming in soon. He's actually in the car right now, probably doing a burnout at Bradenton, doing some testing before the World Series of Pro Mod.
How dare
The
he?
chat room's already absolutely fired up. Ronnie says we don't need eyebrows where we're heading.
Fair.
It's good to have all you guys. It's really good to be back in the KTR studio after being in truck stops and motorhomes for 2 weeks. CE, what you doing? You look like you've been to the salon or something. What you got going
I did.
on?
My girl Shelby got my hair done. It's a new season. You gotta get the hair done. So she curled it for me today.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Looks nice. I have not been to the salon. I've been building a Lenco transmission for the last hour. So I have transmission fluid all over me and I'm just trying to keep it all together. We have so much to talk about tonight. I don't even know where to start. We're going to wait for Lyle for some of it. We got to talk about Timmy's Pro 275 plan. We're going to put that on the background. Before we get to some of our topics, let's scroll through chat and see what everybody's got. What everybody think about the last couple of days in racing? Man, Courtney, you're getting more attention in chat than I am.
I love
wearing
it.
a suit on Sunday for Friday. I might wear a suit. I might wear a tux on the line, bringing Sydney into beams.
Oh, don't worry, Mike. Look, I have the Cabernet here. I've had a very busy, stressful day, and I just felt like I needed a daytime spritzer to like transition.
I thought we were going to have to call you something else besides Cabernet. We'll have to name you White Wine Courtney or something.
No, the white wine is very, very rare. And if Dion sees this, he'll make fun of me fully. But
so what's the difference? I'm not a wino. So there are people that drink red wine and white wine, but not normally both. So tell me, what you're a red winer?
I'm a red winer because I like anything. There goes Jackson. World Shake and Bake World Meet Jackson.
Did you name your dog after me?
I'm going to shut the door real quick.
Yeah.
So the white wine, red wine, like I like wines that are drier. For those of you who speak vino, I like them more tannins.
I thought they were all wet. I thought that's why there was a wine.
Yeah. I don't like sweet wines. And so if I do have a white wine, it's got to be something that's pretty dry. But I have a problem drinking red wine before the sun goes down. My teeth can't be more purple than the sky. So we got to kind of ease into it.
Oh man, the chat room is hot. If you guys are not, hey, what's up, my man? We're already getting dusted off. How hard did we celebrate it after our win? Way harder than what you think. First win of the season, man. They say that you can't win them all if you don't win the first one, and that's true.
Very true.
So right now, Timmy Meisner is the undefeated radial champion of this year. We're gonna get into some of the lightsing out and the celebration and all that in a minute. Thank you for that. It was good. Steve, yeah, there you go.
We kind of pre-celebrated. I think we set the pace on Wednesday.
Yeah. There was some pre-celebration going on. There was some during celebration going on, and then there was some post-celebration going on. I think pretty much we knocked the fun time out of the park that week. I need to come back and go to rehab after I got back.
Yeah, Stevie and I talked this weekend about getting healthier, and like we're both coming off neck injuries and we're fat and we're gross. And then we're like, okay, Stevie texts me a structure. Here's what we're going to eat. Here's what we're going to exercise, and no booze. And in parentheses, it said what? Except for the Shake and Bake Show. So this is an exception to our healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. So my doctors cleared me this week to start mild activity. The first thing they said is no lifting, no squatting, no overhead movements, styrofoam weights, work out in the pool. I said, well, my gym doesn't have a pool. They said, well, don't go to your gym. So what they mean is I can walk on a treadmill like a hamster. So like I'm all fired up because if you guys know me for a long time, I'm very much into fitness. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna work out. So then all I can do is really walk. So I'm like, all right, I got to eat better now that I can start walking better. But so we have a no booze clause except for
Tuesdays are the only weeknights we can do it.
Tuesday fun day. Man.
Stevie, how many times do you think somebody came up to you this weekend and said the words shake and bake?
Oh, it was a lot.
A lot.
So I really have fun doing this show, and you can tell. But I was surprised by how many fans that said that they could tell that I really had a lot of fun doing this show. And we put a lot into it, but it's great to get feedback and let us know that we're doing a good job. And we had some people come up and just told me that it sucked. And I was like, thank you for the feedback. Don't watch anymore. Go watch Looney Tunes or something.
I didn't have anybody say that.
People aren't mean to you. They don't tell you the truth.
Bullshit. Somebody told me I was chunky this weekend.
Yeah, well, people are crazy.
People are mean.
I see Ripcord in there. We got Ripcord in chat. I don't see him. Cordwood did a really good job this weekend. We have so much news that hit the press today. If you guys have internet, we had more bombs drop today. We're going to talk about all of them. I was trying to, we got Super Clay in there. Clay, are you going to next week ever step on the loud pedal? That's what I need to know. Clay said he's going to try to step on the loud pedal. So let's talk about Lights Out. We don't have Lyle on yet, but we can go ahead and recap Lights Out. What were some of the highs and lows of Lights Out? Obviously, Timmy Meisner teabagging the field wasn't high.
That was definitely high.
I told you guys that I was coming in and I was going to smash those guys. Everybody thought it was crazy because this thing's like a 64 model Mustang or something. It's got a motor from the 1985 Smokey and the Bandit movie in it. But, hey, Clay says he went 330 last week. We did spend some time on it. We changed the oil in it and took it out there. And we were not the fastest car by any means. Oh, yeah, Matt. What happened there? Did I lose me? You hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know. I think I lost some boom, boom, pow. I think Matt did some nerding. Oh, there we go. We weren't the fastest car, but we read the track well. And oftentimes in drag racing, reading the track is half the battle. I was told that many people called Donald Long today bitching about the racetrack on Sunday. And I want to go out on a limb and say this is a Phil Schuler quote. I'm going to go ahead. This is going to give me some haters. The track is only bad if they forbid you to go look at it. If they let you out there to see it, you have no excuse. That's why you're a crew chief. So don't walk out there unless there's a security guard and some fences holding you back there. Don't walk out there and stomp around on it and then go back and adjust your car and then bitch about the racetrack.
And then bitch about it.
We're all on the same racetrack. Here we go. What about timing? Just curious what y'all think about those diesels. And Courtney, any coverage on the 6.0 guys and gals. So like those diesel trucks and stuff are badass. Like when they stage them things, I go up and watch. It's crazy. It don't sound normal. I mean, when they're staging them things, I think the transmission is going to fall out.
It scares me every time.
What do you think? Do you need one?
No, I don't think I need one, but I do. I said this to my camera guy, Chris Walker, who was my videographer this weekend. If y'all were out there, you saw him. He was the one with the big thing over his head holding the camera, bless his heart. This was his second drag race ever. He went to World Cup finals and then Lights Out. So like, holy shit, what a two banger to start with, right? But he was most impressed with the fact that the diesel sounded the weirdest, put the most noise out. But he said, every time I feel like I saw one, they just didn't go but 2 feet. And so he was trying to understand how the coolest looking and sounding cars weren't really doing much. But then come Saturday, Sunday, he's like, okay, I see it now.
What about, you got any coverage on the 6.0 guys and gals? I watched Jackson Henderson race 1 or 2 rounds of 6.0, and every other time I was piled in the trailer. You see any of that?
Same. No, a little bit. And I know this sucks, and I know it's just part of it. But when we go out there, we have a hit list of stuff we've got to do. And unfortunately, while those guys and gals are running, that's when we're in the pits doing what we're doing. So we posted the results and stuff. What class is Hubbard's daughter in?
I don't know that. Somebody have to answer in chat. I think Ultra, but it could be.
Was it Ultra? Okay. That was a highlight for me. She lost in the semis, and I was really hoping that she was going to be able to win with her dad or even get in the finals with her dad. That would have been, no females ever won a duck race. So that was really cool. And she's a cool broad. But one of my favorite things that happened this weekend, to be honest with you, maybe I'm going to be outnumbered here. I'm a drag racer. I like close races. There was a lot of exciting stuff, boom, booms, as you would say, and crash, crash, and fire, fire. But in Q 109,467, the last one, when Luis and Jason Lee ran side by side, I think it was like a 56 and a 58. Like, to me, that was just like, we'd been kind of chugging along. And then all of a sudden it just got competitive. And to me, that was when my whole vibe of the weekend changed, just because it was both of them under and both of them together.
I'm glad you like that, because sitting in the back of the staging lines, watching that happen, knowing you had a 68 or 9 in the car, it makes you feel like you got a little wiener. They go out there, and that was the first time we got normal radio track. So this comment right here about the slowest qualified class, it was hot in Georgia this week. I mean, I'm talking about it never wasn't 82 degrees.
Yeah.
And radial tire cars are vampires. They run good at night. So when most of your here's your gauge. When that track is under 100, you can go fast. That track's over 100, you got to tiptoe. And I bet we didn't get 2 or 3 runs where the track was under 100 degrees. So when you get behind, and this is just coming from a crew chief, how I run my car, when you get behind on the test runs and qualifying sessions, and you have to go out there and go mid to high 60s, it's a big adjustment to go up there that one run and move 60 pounds of weight, lower the crankshaft, change the stator, put some ratio in it, and then grip it and rip it to go down through there. So those guys killed it in that night session. When I saw them run that, Timmy said, "We got anything for that?" I said, "No."
That's why I liked it. It was, we kind of all day, we knew it was hot. We didn't test that morning just because the night before we got shut off with curfew, and then there was dew the next morning. And so I felt we were kind of just slowly rolling in, not a lot of action that day. But once that sun went down, man, they were burning and turning. And another moment that I like as a stick shift kind of gal was when Atkins, the new record for the stick shift car, I think, what did he do, like a 62.8 or 63.8? I don't remember.
That's
somebody
the Corvette. Is that
yes.
the Corvette? That's a bad unit.
Somebody will tell me I'm wrong here in the
Nah, that was a bad bitch right there.
What's the name? Gosh,
I think it's stick shift something.
No, I did a feature on his car that's something about a worm, something about something. Y'all help us out here in the comments. Who am I talking about?
I don't know. Lot Lizard Lyle is either at the Love
Grubworm. There it is. Sorry. Grubworm.
No. Lot Lizard Lyle is either at the Love's truck stop or doing a burnout right now in the water box. He's coming. He literally sent us a picture from him rolling through the staging lanes right before the show. So he's coming. Like he's going to jump out the car in his fire suit on fire and everything, and then blaze it down through there. Cord is calling me. That's either good or bad.
Cord calls you every time we do this. I think he wants to be on the show.
I wonder if I put this on there.
Well, while he's on there, I'll tell you guys.
Hey.
Oh, he's not going to mute himself. So here we go. We're going to hear his conversation with Cord. I'll tell you guys
get some of that. And I'm on the, you're talking about angle aluminum on the Shake and Bake show. So I got to go.
Hi, Cord.
All right. Thanks. Always working, baby. No time off at KTR. Anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off. What you got?
Well, I was just going to fill the time while you were on there. But speaking of Lyle and testing, I'm going to make a little self-promotion here of bitches I love. My sister today became the first female to ever wheel and deal a mountain motor car. I don't know what she just did. I know she improved it, but she went 408 her first pass. So I think we're gonna F them up a little bit.
So you're not saying Placino's going to come in here and stomp all over y'all?
I'm not saying he's not going to win. He's the champ, and he's got about 400,000 passes in that car. But I'm saying it ain't going to be a walk in the park for him. Because it's gosh damn Eric Anders.
That's right. Matt C. Marks, thank you, brother. And thanks for putting it. We love doing this show. And we appreciate you watching. 5 miles from Santa Pod. Come on with it. I would love to come race over there, man. That's badass.
Valley Garage, I hear you. Flo needs to show the commercial break screen less. We had a meeting today. We are filling the space with content. We're kind of walking that line and getting some feedback. So please keep giving the feedback of whether you like to see a tractor sitting on the track or commercials and placards. And obviously Flo likes to make money, but I just dumped about 40 videos into a folder where our production guys are going to be pulling shows, West Buck shows. I put a couple of clips of here, my walk the bitch back with Stevie. So we got to pay the bills, but we'll be seeing more content.
We got some people in the chat trying to stir some shit up, especially Jeffrey Barker.
Jeffrey Parker, shut up. What is he saying?
He's trying to stir me up. You know the guy standing, I don't know, behind in your banner picture from Vegas. I don't know what that means. You'll have to type that out a little clearer. This is Jeffrey trying to stir some shit up. Let's talk about the nitrous record. What do you want to talk about it? So Luis and the boys came out there with the distinction saying that they were going to blow down the nitrous record this weekend. And everybody come up to me and like, they said they're going to take your record. I like that. I'm not upset at all. I want everybody to come out there and say that what they're going to do. And I think they won a 58. I see we got Lyle in the green room coming in.
Yes.
Yeah, here comes Lyle. So that they're getting close. They're within 400ths of what we did, 5 or 6 years ago in 903.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. What's
there
up? We're talking
is.
about nitrous records and shit like that. How'd the test pass go?
Really, really, really well.
Oh, so your mood has increased.
My mood has increased.
5 minutes ago, Lyle was walking around on suicide watch. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so they don't have the scoreboards on and the app's not on, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I just know that from what I understand, from what I've heard, we were low for the day with that last run.
Damn, Gina.
Let me put this in my pick spreadsheet here.
But I was talking with Justin Carmack, him and Terry Cole are crew chiefing for me this weekend, and he was talking about Stevie last week. You hit the nail on the head with we're not going to have the same racetrack that we saw at the U.S. Street Nationals or the Snowbirds. We do not have the same air. So overall, even though I know all the hype around the World Series with that there's going to be 4 or 5 cars in the 50s, I don't know that you're going to see anybody in the 50s.
I think you will one time about a night session. Somebody will get one and get it, but you're not going to have that glued up radial racetrack.
Yeah, maybe. But, one thing you've got to remember and consider is that they have Mountain Motor Pro Stock here, and those cars are pretty rough on the starting line. Most of the cars today, even your heavy hitters and the guys that really run well, struggled to get through the shake zone. I mean, a lot of them. Me being one of them for a couple runs. So, there's just none of the runs made today were anything super, super fast as far as Bradenton Pro Mods are concerned.
Right. We got a question. Thank you for that. First of all, will I be racing at U.S. Nationals? Do not know yet. No idea. I don't even know if I'll be healed back up enough to do that yet, but maybe. We got a lot of stuff in the works. And say thank you, CE.
Thank you.
Look, Jeffrey's nitrous record. So what I was talking about, Lyle, before you finished knocking the scoreboard down, what we call that is if they're still standing, you didn't knock them down, you just annealed them. You got them scared, got them leaned over.
They wagged around over there. That's right. The biggest thing.
But anyways, I like those guys going for the nitrous record. They're running very well. They were number 1 qualifier, went 58, and that's great. If they go out there and take the nitrous record, I will get a nitrous car and go take it back. I'll get somebody to give me one and take it back. They will not.
Somebody write it down.
You don't have to write it down. I'm telling you. I told them. So, but I do like the rivalry and the competition of them going for it. Luis is a great guy, and I like to see him do good. But if they get close to that 54, I'm going to have to put me a 632 in something and go get it. So there you go. We got when is I don't know. Lyle, what happened in the truck? We're gonna get onto some smoky hotness, but let's finish up lights out. What happened with the pickup truck?
Well, it was running really well.
Till it wasn't.
Felt like we had the race won-ish, and we just went out there and stepped straight on our PP. There's no excuse. We made the wrong decision as far as the tune-up was concerned, and I say we because we collectively, Pete and I as a group, decided we were going to try to go for this number, and the racetrack was not there for that, and we didn't need to do it. But that's just part of it. Sometimes you go out there and swing a big stick and miss the whole damn tee. So
you said it in the staging lanes. You said, I don't know if it's verbatim, but pretty close. You said, we got a bad boy tune-up in it. It's either going to go or not go.
It did not.
It did not go.
But fortunately, I was running my teammate Ray Morton, and Ray went on to win the race, which was cool. He hasn't won a pro truck race at South Georgia yet, so that was neat to see. If you're going to lose, it's better to lose to the winner.
That's what I'm. Yeah, if you get crushed by the guy or lady who wins the race, it's not as bad. It still sucks, but at least you got crushed by.
At least you got crushed by a winner.
Yes, fact.
Yeah, I remember Will Stevenson's hot rod. That thing was bad to the bone, buddy. That thing run 470s like lunch back in 1980.
Hey, Stevie, I just logged on to Flow Racing to pull up an article about the X four-wheel drive cars, and our Walk That Bitch Back is the lead story on flowracing.com.
Is it?
It
If you guys haven't seen Courtney's new deal, Walk That Bitch Back, it's kind of like Drive That Bitch Back, but slower. Me and her did the first opening deal after we crushed the Radio versus the World field in submission at Lights Out 97. We got us a couple beers, walked back through the pits, and talked about some really kind of real stuff, kind of like the Shake and Bake show. It was a good deal, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Most of the time you guys get what you see, but after a really long 16-hour day of racing and winning and going to Winner's Circle and doing all that, it's really raw. And you can tell we're tired. You can tell we got rubber all over us, and you can
look awful.
We look like shit, to be honest with you. But like these races are brutal. Like from Tuesday morning when I got to Valdosta until Sunday night when we rolled out, I spent 90 hours at the racetrack. That's just at the racetrack now. So like it's a marathon.
I think you text me every morning and said, "Hey, what do you say? Want to go to a racetrack today?"
Yeah, I did. I said, "You want to go to the track?" I'm like,
no, I actually don't. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, and thank you for that. It was a good weekend. It's good to start the season like that. It gets everybody kind of rolling in. I don't think my man's 7 Yinglings in. I would be willing to bet he hadn't cracked the first courtesy beer yet.
I haven't, and I was going to try to make it back to Mr. Motion Raceworks, Doug Cook's house, and get on there, but it would have been another 20 minutes, and I just pulled into this. I stepped you up on the Chevron, Stevie. I'm at the old Shell.
You're at the Shell station. I see they got the Power by Nitro or something out there, son.
Yep, I drove by the Sam.
Did you get to see your second favorite enders today, Lyle?
I did. I got to see her.
Good.
And my least favorite Freeman.
Richard?
Well, no, Royce Lee.
Richard did okay today. Richard got back in the car today.
He did.
He did all right today. Lots of action happening at Bradenton.
Just a lot of shaking going on. Like I was surprised, but I mean, Victor admitted it and said it last week that we were not going to see the same racetrack, and that it was going to turn into a little bit of a tuner's gig here, and it has. So it threw some guys for a loop for sure. It was surprisingly shakish today.
Well, when you get used to running, I mean, when's the last time we had a normal pro mod race with no radials? It's been a long time. You're just way out in left field. I mean, everybody is. That's what I said last week. I guarantee you change the glue mixture, you change how much it gets sprayed, and it's not that it's bad. It's just different. Yep. It'll be exciting seeing how many people can get back to it fast.
The schedule will go smooth.
Yes, yeah, way faster. They'll leave 9,000 gallons less glue. But it was a good deal. Let's before we move off of, we got 2 more questions about radial, and then we've got to get on down the road because we got a lot of shit to talk about. I got a random question. Lyle, you can help me with this. On one of the podcast deals, can you give us newbies to the sport a rundown on the differences between LDR, Radio vs. World, X275, and etc.? Most of us only have no prep queens to compare to. So give the fans that are watching that aren't really versed kind of the differences in the classes from top to bottom.
I mean, Radio versus the World obviously is really your unlimited uncorked biggest tire that is ran at the event. It's a 315. Even though they are minimum weights, and that's varies by power adder. They're all running the same tire, and they are just the most unlimited, and the cars make the most power. Pro 275 is a similar power plant class and drive line, but they are all on a 275, which is a smaller tire. All have minimum weights, a little bit slower, but I mean overall they're pretty freaking. They're within most of the time 1/10.5 to 2/10. And then as you go down that list, limited drag radial slightly slower than LDR. Different tire. They run a 295 SS tire, and they are even more limited as far as engine combination and drive line is concerned. All have a minimum weight. X275, all on a 275 tire, even more restricted in the engine department. All have a minimum weight. And Ultra Street is the same thing. They're all on a 275, but they are even more restricted than the class aforementioned, and all have a minimum weight. So, that was kind of in order, fastest to slowest. But really it's unbelievable, especially, I think, in my opinion, X275 recently has been the most impressive class. Those guys are taking small blocks with small blowers and heavy. I don't know what Kenny Hubbard weighs. I'm assuming he's a 2,900 to 3,000 pounder. I should have looked that up. But, he was running 14s like a bracket car, won his fourth race in a row. I think we all picked him in X275, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I didn't pick anyone, but y'all did.
Yep. But, so, the classes are spread up, and they all cost, a little less or a little more money, depending on which way you're looking at it. It's all expensive as shit. But, they get a little more budget friendly, if you will, as you go down that list. RVW and Pro 275 are probably not a lot different as far as attrition on the engine and parts, that you go through. And really, I guess all of them anymore, you run them pretty freaking hard. But I would say, your RVW and your Pro 275 guys are definitely probably spending the most out of the pocketbook.
Yeah, for sure. It's all people come up and see our big rigs and see big motors and shit, and really it's all relative. It all costs everything you have. It just depends on what you have. That's why there's different classes. Drag racing is a disease for which there is no cure. Little Mo used to have that on the back of his trailer when I was a kid watching these guys race, and it's true. You just spend all you have, and you're just broke, and either faster or slower.
Yep.
Couple more things about Lights Out. One, do you guys know that Mexican restaurants do not sell beer in the county that the racetrack is in on Sunday in Adel? So
I almost had a
celebration. I was like, I need a burrito. So me and Double C and the camera guy go smoke up in a Mexican joint, and I sit down and I'm like, man, there ain't nobody here drinking beer. I was like, hey, how about a cold beer? And the lady waiters looked at me like I was crazy. So if y'all think y'all are going to dominate Radio versus the world, go to the winner's circle, get your picture took, and go get a burrito.
Drink at the track.
You're not going to get to do it. This is a public service announcement.
I didn't think they sold beer in Georgia on Sundays, period.
I live in Georgia, and they do. I can ascertain you that my county does.
It was horrible. I'm not kidding. We spent 17 days there. Then we went and shot, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, I'm sure, some big pro mod news, which drained us mentally, physically, emotionally, all the things. And when the woman said no beer, I'm not kidding you. I put my head down onto the
Chris, the camera dude, he looked at her like she was speaking a different language. He's like, what?
It was horrible.
So anyways, there's your public service announcement. And then the last thing we'll talk about Radio versus the world before we smoke on down the road is Timmy Meisner's Pro 275 plan for the next radio tire race.
Oh, boy.
Either one of y'all know about this?
No.
All right, I'm going to announce this. I hope I got the numbers right. People are gonna be mad at me.
We need some kind of noise when you announce something big.
All right, so I don't I do not hold me to the specific number here. But due to the abundant double entries in Radio versus the World, after about Q7 or 8, Timmy come up with a Pro 275 plan. M&W Restoration, which is a company Timmy owns, is going to put up, I want to say it's $15,000 at all the additional radio races, but here are the specific rules that you have to do to get that. You have to be in a car that is 550 or slower. Okay, cannot be any faster than 550 to the 8th. You must enter Pro 275 and run all of their qualifiers. You writing this down? Okay. And you have to, you get $1,000 for this. That's it. Like you don't even have to win. You don't have to do anything. You just get $1,000 and you enter Pro 275. Cannot enter RVW. And you, if you go around, you get $100 bonus. That's Timmy's plan to weed out double entries.
I like it.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, the only problem that I see with that is that with Radio versus the World, there is not a tire.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I told him we're going to have to figure out because I don't think it'd be legal to run like their tires. So that may be a hole in Timmy's Pro 275 plan. We're going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, other than the LDR guys that run the 295 and other, which RVW cars are going to run RVW, like there's not many racers at a radial race that race on anything but a 275. X275, 275. Ultra Street, 275. Pro 275, Pro 275. So
So you could run all those cars in 275. We just have to take our rule away about the ET. So if we make it where you don't have to be 550s and slower, you could get all those cars.
Yeah,
all right, Timmy, that's what we're doing. We're taking the ET rule away. Basically, you get a free $1,000 if you enter Pro 275.
At the Outlaw Radio Series races, are there more than 550?
Jackson says.
Well, I'm babysitting Dion's dog Kevin too. So.
Yeah.
Are there classes that run slower than 550 at the Radio Outlaws points races?
I don't know. We were just trying to really clog it up and be dickheads. But
I respect what you're doing, but I think that you just make it any non-Pro 275 car that can legally run Pro 275
enters Pro 275, but you cannot enter Race versus World also.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do, Timmy. I still need your 15,000, but basically it's gonna be a free $1,000 because you're gonna have to buy a tech card. That's gonna come out of your 1,000. What does a tech card cost? $250? Something. Right. Yeah, so you're gonna get $750 free to enter not Race versus World. That's Timmy's plan.
Is there a cap on the number of people that can do that? Because what if you go to
I think we'll just subsidize it. I'll come up with some money. If there's like 100 people that are in 275 and make it terrible, then I think that'll be fine. Probably going to be like the first 16 cars that do it, maybe.
Yeah, because
you're going to just show up and get 750.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm just going to take beer money around all these races. It's a guaranteed $750 for me, and that's worth me dragging it on an open trailer to Alabama.
Right. I think that's what we're hunting. I think we want to get all these cars in Pro 275. But I'm going to speak with Timmy, and next week on the Shake and Bake show, I'll have a formulated rule package.
I don't doubt that at all.
I'm going to have a whole special. We got to nail this down with the M&W accounting department.
100% be on a spreadsheet that can be
sent.
Yeah,
because if not, I'm going to have people entering, and they're going to be trying to stab me. Yeah, Sully says there's going to be 11 RVW cars and 79 Pro 275 cars.
I was worried about that this weekend with the first entry list outing.
Hey, so I don't know if you saw this, but there was either 12 or 14 real RVW cars at this race. And compared to the 6 and 7 and 8 that's been, you guys have heard me say that RVW is building and it's coming back. I believe that. When you have a 40% increase in real cars, and I'm not talking about all the cars that entered the test. I'm talking about 12 or 14 real RVW cars. And that was good. All right. It's time to talk about the most exciting thing today. Well, there's actually two most exciting.
Two things.
All right. How many people we got watching? 8. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. If you guys watched my social media or anywhere else in the world today, you saw what I think is the biggest bomb that's been dropped in door car racing in the last 15 years. A lot of people have tried to reinvent a lot of stuff. I am so excited to announce that NHRA Pro Mod is going to be on television during the big show on Sunday. There is so much work that went into this, and I am so proud of the group of folks that banded together. No one except for the people that did it will ever have any idea how much effort went into getting this done. If you've ever dealt with NHRA, you know that it can be challenging, and there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through, and I'm really proud of our guys and gals. Deb from Finish Line worked absolutely tirelessly. I'm talking about day and night. There's times at 3:00 in the morning I'd wake up with an idea and send it to her, and boom, she's
there.
She's there. And then, we have a group of folks that's on the board at Finish Line that has worked hard, and getting to see my passion race on the big show next to the cars I grew up watching as a kid, it gets me fired up. What do you guys think about that?
I've got to admit, I got a little bit of FOMO just because I have a sealed deal ride to run the full season. I would have loved to have been a part of that, and hopefully with some of the additional deals that are trying to be put in place there, I'll have the opportunity to race and be a part of that at some point during the year. But I do think that was by far the best thing that could have happened for the class. Marty and Type A Motorsports announced as a title sponsor. Marty's parked next to me this week. He's driving the Bluebeard that I drove back at the Snowbirds, and he will be there running NHRA Pro Mod with all of you next week, and I'm excited about it, dude. I hope I can find a way to find some money because I don't want to miss any of that if I can help it.
I think that Lyle, and this may help you out. The one thing that classes like Pro Mod, like the fans are into it. They stay in the stands. They love it. We even have, unfortunately, people who will say Nick's Pro Stock and Pro Stock Bike, bring back more Pro Mod. We know the fans are into it, and bringing it into a new light and putting it on that same level, I think it's going to unlock doors for situations like yours that are just on the brink, and we know your star power and have the ability to go out there and win, but just it didn't make sense in a world that we have today of the dollars and cents, and now the eyeballs are there, and the thing that everybody wants, like, well, are you on the show? Well, we're not on the show. And I feel like that's kind of held it back. So I think that's going to be something that's going to take guys like you and bring them back.
100%. I told Deb today, I said, I've raced Pro Mod since I came in 2017. In the year I finally have stepped out of the car, we're on TV.
Right.
And it just, I'm like, what the hell? Where's the $5 million I spent trying to be on TV the last 6 years?
Now I saw a lot of comments, Stevie, and I want you to put this in writing. Y'all still have, I'm going to say I put work into this. We still have our own show, right? This is not, we're not just getting those little snippets on the Fox show. Like Pro Mod is still its own world, still its own entity, and we still have our own show that's going to be later. But when it comes to live and Sunday shows, we're at least going to be a part of the Pro Mix. So I think that was a misconception of what happened today.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks, and I got a bunch of comments. Just my Facebook has between, I want to look, I'll go 300,000 and 400,000 in reach. We still have our own FS2 show that is dedicated to only Pro Mod. So nothing is going away. We're just adding to it. You're just going to get to see the race as it unfolds, and then you'll get to see all the badass cool stuff on FS2 a little later. And we have some smoking awesome announcements coming down the pipe in the next few days too. But from a drag racer standpoint, from a team owner, I've been a racer, I've been a team owner, I've been a sponsor, I've done all this stuff. This takes our Pro Mod class and moves it from here to here in terms of dollars and cents. Where I used to have to go scrape and beg and ask, let's just use a round number and say I need $100,000. That $100,000 is worth $2 now. And my end goal is not to be on TV, it's to make it where more people can race more easily. I want people that are good at racing at the top. And I want it easier for them to get money. And this is what I believe to be our best shot right now, allowing people to get money more easily. That's why I'm fired
up in the value. And that's it. Just giving you what you've been putting into it all these years. And I think it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
We got it.
Honestly, as a pro stock guy, I'm a little jealous of it because we get our little snippet, but you guys have your own show. So I think you've even kind of surpassed us on that exposure level.
Just a quick question. When I tune a car for someone else, do you share information with their crew chief? I don't really tune cars where I'm not the crew chief. I don't do the freelance tuning thing anymore. So pretty much when I leave, it leaves with me. It's kind of a difficult way to race, but it's the only way I know how to do it without teaching everybody how to beat me. And for the folks that say that Pro Stock needs to go away, I don't agree with that. That is its own brand. And if you don't think it's hard, if you don't pay attention. The people that are into that style of racing, it's as difficult as it comes, and it's expensive. It costs as much to run that as it does a fuel car. I mean, same group of folks, same trucks and trailers.
If we're going back to it, the TV coverage that we don't get does that the injustice because we're not seeing what goes on in the pit, and in the car you're seeing what they say grocery getter goes 6 seconds or whatever. But man, those guys and ladies now are working their ass off in those 6 seconds. And I think it does an injustice. And it's people like my job to put that out there to the world.
Steve, you were talking about it being hard. And like today, and Erica would tell you the same thing, it took her a couple runs to get, and she just went from 500-inch Pro Stock into a mountain motor car, which is 800 plus cubic inches. These things, the ones that are driving this weekend, back with a hood scoop. And these cars in particular are carbureted that Richard and Erica are in. But it took her a couple runs. She's the best, one of the best, if not the best, to ever do it in a Pro Stock car. And it still took her a couple runs getting in a different car. Still a Pro Stock car, still got a clutch pedal, still got a 5-speed Liberty in it. And it took the best in the world a couple runs to get comfortable in a mountain motor car like that.
And I'll tell you, she'd probably be mad at me for saying this, but she's been nervous, not in a sense of that she couldn't do it, but the fact that they didn't even hit the starter button until yesterday. And she's got to go. They got all these streamers out there, all these people with cameras waiting to see if she can do it. And I talked to her before she got in the car yesterday. And those who know Erica will know this, but she almost feeds off of like, oh, I can't. And will I be able to? And the clutch pedal, it's tough to hold down. She was worried about doing the burnout staging, but it's a whole different ballgame. And I think it's very, very underappreciated, the difficulty level that it takes to drive those things. But she did it like we all knew she would.
Driving them, I think, is one thing, right? Being successful while driving them is like in a couple runs, I think I could probably drive one, but I'm not going to be good.
Yeah. You know,
that's
be
laps and laps and laps and laps in a pro stock car. Muscle memory and she's a machine, but like it's not easy.
I'd be good at it in 2 runs.
Hey, I did see a bunch of comments, Stevie, on our walk the bitch back. People were like,
smash that shit back in 2 runs.
People were like, get Stevie in a pro stock car, he'd kill it. Da 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 da.
You'd be surprised. I get slapped around for a little bit, but I wouldn't.
Just for a minute though, just for a fucking second.
So 10 races, NHRA Pro Mod, 3 of them on the main Fox show, 7 of them on FS1. Let's run down our schedule. March 9th through 12th, we're at lead off at Gator Nationals in Gainesville. Then we smoke on into Charlotte 4 wide in April. Route 66 is right behind that in May. I've never raced at Route 66. I don't think Pro Mods have raced there, NHRA Pro Mods. If they did, it's before I know about, which is possible. But really excited about going there. And then following there, we go to England, New England Nationals in New England Dragway in New Hampshire. They got good maple syrup Lobster and maple syrup. We leave there. We go to Norwalk, where we're all going to blow our diets out and eat a bunch of ice cream. Then we go into Indy, U.S. Nationals. And then we smoke it back into we go to Brainerd, where me and Lyle will be running around in the zoo.
I'm sorry, you, Lyle, and who?
With you driving, you'll be driving me and Lyle around the zoo. I want to get on the damn pirate ship. So this year, all you people that drive around on the cool pirate ship, I never get on it. I want on the pirate ship.
Brian Cooper. Brian Cooper's the guy who runs it. We'll get him.
Yeah, I want the pirate ship, or I want one of them little pedal bars that go around, or something like that. Then we go into Indy, U.S. Nationals. Then we smoke on into St. Louis. That's going to be awesome. And then we enjoy ourselves in Vegas. So it looks like an action-packed schedule this year. I like where we're racing. I like we're rotating markets. I didn't mention Bristol. Bristol is in between New England and Norwalk. And I'm really excited to be going back.
Bristol's awesome.
Yeah, Bristol is a blower guy. We hate Bristol. From a fan standpoint, we love it.
Wine counter?
Matt, fire up the wine counter. I bet you ain't got it.
And now the sun is down and we switch to the red.
There we go. You're gonna get Lyle's beer counter. That's all we got right now. We'll have a wino-meter coming up in a little bit. And hey, you got to put 2 for me.
Warren, yes, thank you for the Red Bull, Warren.
Yeah. So NHRA Pro Mod on TV, I think is a tremendous story. You're gonna see a lot more information leaking out about that class coming forward, but
big shit happening for Pro Mod.
It's gonna be hot. We've got a stacked field for Gainesville. Folks are coming, and if this is going to make folks want to come more, it's going to be a great deal. All right, I got next before we smoke down. Courtney, what kind of news you got?
What kind of news do I have?
Yeah, you got anything new?
No new. Of course, I'm always on here promoting the flow stuff. This was one of my first races with a shooter editor. So if y'all head on over to flowracing.com, check out the Lights Out 14 event hub. I put a lot of time, effort, money, work, lack of sleep, lack of all the things into the cool stuff that we're putting out for you guys. And World Series of Pro Mod, we've got just tons of new stuff, and I'm biting my tongue till we start talking about it. But this is going to be a show of a lifetime here at World Series of Pro Mod. So aside from the TV stuff and the other stuff we've got coming out, this is an exciting month for drag racing.
Holy shit!
Holy shit! Like I'm gonna say a Stevie Fast quote here. It's gosh damn Nirvana.
It is. I don't know anywhere else you can watch as much drag racing as you can over.
No, it's insane. Like at work today, I tried to have a couple meetings and.
Tried to have a couple meetings and work said Flow Sports said no, you won't be on the Shake and Bake show. Your ass is gapped. Somebody screenshot that picture. Oh, damn, you moved it. You were like this.
I'm going to stop talking with my hands.
Anyways, go ahead. You're at work.
I was at work and people were trying to talk about projects upcoming. And I said, I know you don't get it, but in drag racing, like you can't talk to me about next week right now. Like I'm in it. I'm barely surviving. I unzipped my suitcase for the first time tonight. I'm going to re-zip it tomorrow. It's wild. But yeah, the only news I had was Erica doing the old mountain motor deal.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. What about you, Lyle?
Man, I'll be honest. I've been so focused on getting here that once I'm through this and hopefully $100,000 richer, come Sunday, I don't know that I'm going to be in Gainesville at all.
You're going to come carry my nuts around for me.
I've got some
help.
stuff.
Or you could like come have a beer with me instead of carrying his nuts. I mean, I don't know what's easier.
Both are pretty difficult, but but I got some no prep stuff coming up with beer money. Again, my NHRA future is kind of blurry at the moment. Some really big things that could potentially happen, but I've learned over there that you count nothing until you're either sitting in the seat or the check is in the bank. So, and that was a hard lesson to learn. But other than some beer money stuff and a little bit of pro mod stuff here and there throughout the year, I don't have anything new to announce. I'm at the World Series of Pro Mod. I got a hot rod, and that is 100% the focus right now. It's going to be a huge. The place is already filling up, and it's freaking Tuesday. Like the line to make a test run today was back around the corner, about halfway down the return road. There's already a ton of cars there, more rolling in as I was pulling out. And there's still 2 more days of only testing before we go into qualifying on Friday.
What'd you think about that Chuck Ford supercharger when you put that son of a bitch on the 2-step? That thing squeals like a pig, baby. That thing's gonna be good.
In the car, it's just, the blown cars are just loud, period. But I did get Kyle Christ sent me and it was out in front of the car. When I went to the wood, it feels like a.
Sounds like a damn pissed off hyena out there. Oh man.
I just got a text from my neighbor that said, Courtney, quit talking. I need my husband to help me pack. They're watching the Shake and Bake. They're moving and they're watching the Shake and Bake show instead of working. That's right, Chris. Don't pack. Don't move.
There you go.
A little shout out.
Yeah, the Mustang is a good looking car. I like that. So as we're transitioning into World Series of Pro Mod, man, we got a lot to talk about World Series of Pro Mod. So how many cars are entered now? We have, Matt, you have the list you can fire up there.
Right, send you the list.
There we go. All right, so here is the whole list of people that are entered. Now, any 8 of these would make an awesome show anywhere else. But just take a second and read down that list. I mean, you see how many series champions there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 series champions. You got 1 World Series of Pro Mod champion. And then you got Keith Haney, which will be over there in the fluffer tent. Like you got right, you got some really badass folks here. I mean, I don't even know how to pick. We're gonna. I think the easiest thing to do is to pick 3. Because there's no way I can nail down 1, not with this many people. How many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 16, 32. That's 64. That's 65 cars right now. Westbrook is making some money.
Westbrook helped pave the racetrack.
Take that off, Matt, if you can figure out how to do that. All right. So with that being said.
Please and thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. You're my hero. The Shake and Bake show would be non-existent without Matt. It'd be a bunch of hillbillies on their cell phones, like looking at the
like
camera.
Lyle's doing.
Right. We'd all
we're 2 out of 3 this week, though. We got good internet for 2 out of 3.
Yeah, no, that's good. I do appreciate Matt and want to give him a shout out. All the behind the scenes cool shit that you see, as well as SteveFast.com, as well as any badass YouTube video that I do. Matt, Nerdimus Maximus did all
Matt is the best.
All right, so fans, who do you think is going to win World Series of Pro Mod? Because I'm going to take notes and then we're going to pick. So throw us up in the chat. I want to know who we got that looks who. Yeah, Chad Green says he was invited. Didn't know. who you guys got in the chat room to win World Series of Pro Mod? How
What if
many
we-
rounds of qualifying do we got?
I should have had to run a show up. I got it. Give me a minute. Talk about something else and I'll get it.
There's Friday, two Saturday, I think. 3:30 and 6:30 Friday.
I think it's 4.
Are we picking ours right now?
No, I want to see who the fans like. Right now we got Mickey. We got a Keith Haney ain't gonna win, that's for sure. We got Mark, Mickey, Brandon Pez. Let's see who we got. Lyle, we're picking you. Travis Harvey. Annette likes Marcus the Axeman, Bert Halsey. Keith Haney or Jay Cox for the win. Have you been smoking crack?
Who said that?
I don't know. There's
another one.
If they give a trophy away for 64th and 65th qualifier, they might win that bitch.
Ryan, you're smarter than that. That's from Freeform that is doing all the chassis work and stuff on Doug Cook's Nova, the Dragon Drive car.
Keith Haney gave that man $100 to say that.
Probably so.
Hey, wait, on the news front, I will say Flo just announced their deal with Midwest, so I gotta say what I gotta say about Keith Haney.
Keith may have paid that guy $100,000 to say that because according to him, the $100,000 doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. And we got you got a lot of fans, man. Marcus Burt, Papa
that's because
Shirt.
Lyle's the shit, and that's why it's a shame that you're wondering what and when you're gonna race. Man, everybody in this chat, we got 1,000 people watching.
You are not going to be wondering where and when you're going to race long. I promise.
Somebody knows somebody who wants to put their shit on Lyle Barnett's freaking car.
I'm working on it right now.
Gosh damn.
Please.
I'm working on it.
It's honestly sad.
If I could just get the funding, I could go race.
Yeah, no, we're going to get it. We're going to get it.
Dude, you're going to get a return.
We're going to get Justin Bond, Shortman Haney, Cartuccio. I was surprised to not see Cartuccio at Lights Out, but that shows you how focused they are on World Series of Pro Mod. So we had 12 to 14 real Radio Versatile World cars with World Series of Pro Mod this coming week. That speaks to what I'm saying that RVW is coming back. Manny, Halsey, Decker, a lot of Tuts, a lot of Marcus Burts, Melanie. I like Decker. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, Mark, if you guys didn't see or don't know about it, I don't even know if it's public knowledge, but I'm going to talk about it because I know.
It is. It was released today.
Okay. Yeah. Marcus Burt's driving Jose Gonzalez's hot rod. And that thing will be fast, and Marcus can drive the shit out of it and ain't scared of nothing. So,
and I'll tell you on a personal level, he's really pissed off at himself about this weekend. So he's got what we call a.
Yeah, and Marcus isn't one of these guys that when he gets a chip on the shoulder, it negatively affects him.
No.
You know, there's a lot of guys that are like, all right, I got to go do it, and it screws them all up. Marcus isn't like that. I tuned for him for 2.5 years, and I can tell you, when he gets mad at himself, he takes it out on you.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
I like that. I like that guy.
Yeah, the trophy's definitely taller than Keith Haney. I've seen it. I think it's about 18 inches tall. I'm going to put Keith Haney in my pocket and take him around with me. All right, so
shit show in the house. Love it.
Yeah, so all right, so World Series of Pro Mod, you say we got 4 qualifiers, right?
Yep.
All right, 4 qualifiers. E1 is Saturday night or Sunday morning?
Sunday morning.
Okay, so race on Sunday.
Chip draw.
That changes
chip draw Saturday night.
Right, chip draw. Are they chip drawing each round, or they're chip drawing putting them on a ladder?
I think they're chip drawing each round. Don't quote me. I'm gonna have to go back in my oodles of no. I think
because the reason I say that is the whether or not E1's on Saturday night or Sunday plays a huge point in my pick, because Saturday night is dark and Sunday is not. Chip draw every round also plays a factor in my picks, because going up there and knowing you're racing one person versus having no idea, that's a crew chief's worst nightmare. Everybody's like, oh, just race the track. Bullshit. You always try to do that and you want to, but you still, if you're going to run Todd Tutterow, you want to know you're going to run Todd Tutterow.
I just texted Wes, time sensitive. I want to make sure that I'm correct when I say that. So we'll get back.
Yes, we'll get that information for the end of the show, because I would like to kind of have a good.
I believe it. I believe it's that way.
This says Westbuck says each round. We're going to verify that. And also, while we're on that, when we're off later tonight, Competition Plus Power Hour, Westbuck is actually going to be on Bobby Bennett's Power Hour tonight. So you guys can step on over there. That's going to be an exciting show, and you'll get to hear from the man himself about the hot rod drag racing coming up in Florida. All right, so with saying picks, one more thing I got on my topic. I gained a lot of respect for a lot of the Proline crew guys this weekend after the race. We have a good, healthy rivalry between us, but it was very respectful, and they come hang out with us in the pits after the race. They had a Marcus Burt before we run him with Timmy's car. I hope Matt's got this, but probably not. They had the big, when it's very humid at night, we'll put blankets on the front of the cars so that the windshield don't fog up. You guys see cars in the staging lanes. That's why they do that. Well, Marcus Burt had a rainbow blanket on his windshield.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sure that it was by accident. It's a huge rainbow like blanket. So like, I'm sure it was by accident, but I walked by and I told him, I was like, you better not let me mess you up because I'm going to barbecue on the internet. Anyways, they took it good in stride. They got crushed and still come hang out and drink a beer with us. So it was good.
I think Cord told me there was some kind of deal where that.
Oh, there's a bet. There was a bet.
Yeah.
There was a bet, and you guys are going to see the fruition of this bet. Cord, if you're in the chat room, tell me what the bet was or text it to me because I want to talk about it right now.
I know a little bit of it.
I know it, but I want to be correct.
Okay.
Oh, and I got your screenshot.
What time?
Come on, people. Why y'all hate me? I'm just trying to be pretty.
So we're gonna put this on here, and then I gotta see if I can get the.
Gosh damn it, Stevie.
We got my man Tommy White. Lyle, answer
that. What happened Friday with the grudge?
You have a grudge?
No
grudge.
No grudge. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else grudged and you didn't grudge.
There was some talk about it, us grudge racing one of those diesel trucks or something,
or about it was scared.
I don't know. They probably saw me make a lick in that thing on Friday afternoon or something. They were back.
Dude, when that farm truck went A to B, it was A to B.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very smoky.
The interview, Courtney, our interview when I claimed that I was driving the fastest truck in the world. And I haven't said anything because the longer that they say it, the stupider they look. There is a difference between quick and fast. But I'm gonna leave my, I don't want you guys, obviously don't want you to take the video down. I'm not gonna comment that. If they want to find out, that I've said it on here, they can come watch the show like any other normal American would do. But there is a difference between quick and fast. It is the fastest truck in the world. I never said it was the quickest, but
oh, does it say quick? I didn't do the title myself. Does it say quickest? I'll change it.
It says
fastest.
I say it in the video.
Oh, okay. Because I sent it to him, and then my amazing guys put up the copy. So also, everybody just lay off it and watch a cool video.
They can't help it because the guys that are doing it are other truck guys that get their pants quad. One of them, I'm not even gonna say his name. I've crushed. Like I said, I have beheaded him.
Skirt.
Back over.
God, I wish this camera was working. Please let the audio pick back up.
What happened?
You were in the midst of destroying whoever you were talking about, and your audio went out.
No.
Yeah, there you go. So tell it again. You have beheaded, you have destroyed.
I have beheaded, I have destroyed, I have drug his ass up and down the racetrack every time we've ran. Every time. Screw blower on this thing, big ass floppy tires, and I should have sent Matt a video so we could play it. Just absolutely crushed him every time I raced him, and he's in there talking shit about, well, if it's the fastest truck in the world, then you need to run a class that you can show a time and stop claiming it. We haven't seen it.
I saw that.
I show you shit.
Get him.
What I told you was the tailgate of that motherfucker at the finish line every
That's
time.
the whole purpose of no time racing.
Joe Punt down. I beat him that day. That day, I crushed that man's soul, and about 2 months later, I gave him the business in Macon, Georgia. So get the fuck out of here.
Oh, be looking like that. Look at that guy. Woo, that's the sexy looking joker right there. I was channeling my inner Lyle Barnett right there. I was like, you're not the only one that can do that, buddy.
My favorite part is your dude in the background just fucking getting it. Yes. That was cool. And the neurosurgeon said, don't do that, but you did that.
He was like, first of all, what are you doing standing on a screwblower? Why is your head back and why is your arm over your head?
You got helped down. I'll tell him. You got helped down.
Right. They did help me down. Man.
Are we picking?
Hey, we got a couple things to respond to. Hey.
I'm ready to pick.
I know you're ready to pick. I am too. Yes, I do remember when we had the come to win race and Boss Bynes brought a dragster and beat me by $1,000 for $10,000. Beat me by $1,000. He brought Fast Eddie and crushed me. All right, we got one more of these. And
what did I tell the group? I can't remember what my topics were. I feel like
I got it. I'm gonna read it to you.
I feel like they were lights out related. Oh, rock to the nose.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. First, let me talk about my bet. Then we got to talk about the craziest shit and why you never stand behind a race car doing a burnout. Thank you very much, NOS Card. I appreciate it. All right, so Cord says the terms of the bet. All right. If we lost a Scoot in the semis, Cord had to weigh Matt, do you please have the picture of the car? Can you load that up there with the blanket? If we lost a Scoot in the semis, then Cord had to wear the gay plaid blanket while backing Marcus up in E1 in Steele, Alabama. All right. If we beat Scoot and we win or lose to Luis in the final, Craig and his crew guy would do something of Cord's choosing. So in Alabama, in Steele, Alabama, at the radial race, because we destroyed Scoot, crushed Luis, Craig and those guys, Cord's going to get to pick something very exciting for them to do on the live feed. I don't know what that's going to be, but I bet I get to come up with it.
And I really hope they let a live feed employee know so that the live feed can be sure to, you know what I'm saying? Cord, holla at your girl, Cord.
Come on. All right, hold on. I got to send this to Matt so that I sent it to him already, but he must be over nerding. All right, Lyle, tell us about the rock to the nose.
So
we have two views to this story.
All right, we're gonna hear the first hand and the second hand. Go ahead, Lyle.
Ryan McCain had just went 4:15 in X275 to break the X275 nitrous record. I thought that was worth walking over to congratulate him on. Hubbard had just pulled through the water and had started his burnout. Now, I know that, cars pick up rocks in the staging lanes and roll through the water box and can still have it on there. So he started his burnout. I don't know. I took like a 1 count and I took off walking behind the car. He'd already rolled out, figured I was good. Well, guess what? Was not.
He wasn't.
So all of a sudden, and I'll be honest, I didn't know how much of my nose was going to be missing when I grabbed. But I got hit in the nose with a rock. And I put my hand over and it's pissing blood. So people start handing me paper towels.
Down his arm. It's
hurting. And I feel like I felt pressure, but I felt like it was just because I'd gotten smoked in the nose. And this rock was,
it was a boulder. It wasn't a rock.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's at the house though.
Okay.
So we're walking back. Courtney's on one side, Johnny Drama's on the other, Stevie's behind us, and I've got paper towels. And I've walked the majority of the length of the staging lanes at South Georgia before I stopped because I'm like, well, look and see if you can see. And Johnny shines his light up my nose, and Courtney goes, "It's still in there." And I was like, no way. I grabbed my left nostril and blew and outshot this rock like a cannon.
With blood.
With blood and shit everywhere.
Everywhere.
I got thrown in. It was in my nose. And it had to have been up here somewhere when I shot
Y'all, it was so far embedded inside. He didn't know. He's going like this. He's like, I don't know. It's just there. It was so far in there that he couldn't even feel it.
It was unbelievable.
Do not ever stand behind a car and do a burnout. I watched a guy in Carolina Dragway 10 years ago get a spark plug shot all the way through his leg, right through his calf muscle. It came out, was laying somewhere, and went under the tire, and he just looked over, and there was just a hole in his leg.
Dude, we're on the starting line. We're all betting. Lyle's like pointing. He's being cocky. We're having a beer. It's all time to be fun. And Kelly, I don't know her last name, Yurley, with Haley and Kiefer, she goes, Courtney, you got to go. Lyle's bleeding. And I'm thinking, gosh, damn it. Lyle's fucking trying to die again. Here we go. Like, what is this? And he's got blood everywhere. And y'all, it was I've been at a racetrack for the last 32 and a half years of my 36. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. When we looked up, saw it shining and he blew. And we walked back to his pit. So, the lanes at South Georgia Motorsports Park, we walked all the way down. As soon as we turned left at the winner's circle, that's when we saw it. Well, we get back in his pit, and this just tells you the kind of environment we have at Lyle Barnett pit. We walk in his pit, his hands covered in blood, and everyone not, oh my God, what happened? How are you? They go, what now?
Yeah. How
does that happen? That track hates you.
What do you think the odds are of that? Like, just think about the square inches, or what we'll call thousands of square inches of the area of your nostril versus the surface area of that. What's behind the car? What are the odds? You go buy a lottery ticket, man.
My nose is it's cut back where it burnt my nostrils back whenever I got burnt, obviously. So I think that having the odd openings probably allowed.
No, it still was rare. There's no way it would have gone in there for anyone else. And the fact that it just fit. And then Johnny Drama and I went back and found it, and it was exactly right where Lyle's like, go get it. So we go back and find it. And somebody gave me shit as I'm looking in your nose. They're like, Courtney's just eating trail mix while she's looking in Lyle's nose. I'm like, what else am I supposed to do?
There we go. All right, that's before you can see Timmy over there in the burgundy banana over there with Marcus's hot rod. And I don't know how we use this choice of blanket in the staging lanes, but it was not wise. So you will see some sort of shenanigans going on at the Steel Alabama Radial Tire Race.
I heard there's shirts involved. I heard there's a whole thing.
There's could be some Daisy Dukes, could be some shirts.
We need more of this though. More of this.
Oh, it's going to be good. And it's lighthearted fun. So none of us really dislike each other, but I'm going to make it worse miserable. If you bet with me, if I bet you at something, I got a pretty good idea I can win. So if I accept, Phil Schiller's the only one I can ever bet and never beat, but it's because he definitely won't take a bet he can't win.
First it's lot lizards. Now poor Lyle is snorting rock. SMG.
Oh man,
it's changing lives for real, says C. Sully. Amazing.
Lyle.
Best comment of the show.
All right, Lyle, the stuff that you were I got Lyle news. Let me look back in our thread, and I'll tell you some stuff you want to talk about. Because
I'm winging it. I ain't looked at that. I'm just waiting for picks.
You want to talk about Chad Henderson and the G body?
Oh yeah,
first and threes.
How long's Chad Henderson been racing? Period.
Would you say 47 generations?
No. At least 20 years. I mean, at least 20 years.
And they finally, Stevie Fast took forward roots on that thing and the threes.
It took me 5 runs to do it, but I've been with believe me, I've been trying to run threes on that car with a 872 for a long time. Got close a lot of times, could never ever hit it. But it was watching them jump up and down.
Sorry.
Stop it. Hey, look, we got a wino meter over there. Matt's nerding. Look at Matt nerding.
That comment got me. I won't lie. Dominique, good call. Keep going.
The watching them jump up and down when that thing went 399 and knowing that I could be part of giving it that to them, man, that's like a tuner's best. It's the opposite of the worst nightmare. It's great. And then we went up there. We didn't have anything for that Cadillac in the 3rd round, but I got closer than what they thought I was going to get. They messed around, give me 1 or 2 more runs, and I'll be there to outrun them. Chad did a pretty good job driving too. I was really impressed. I put a throttle stop on it. Anytime I get a new blower driver, I always throttle stop them to make sure I don't sling the rods out of my motor, and he didn't touch it. He did good.
I got to say, because you won't boast this yourself, right after you guys lost, I was over at the pit talking to both you and Chad, and he said, y'all were talking about losing, and you were kind of like, I wish we would have this. And he goes, dude, I went the best I've ever done. Then I outbeat myself on that best run. Like, this is a great weekend. Y'all had a killer weekend.
I was excited. And the Buick is probably the sexiest, if not one of the sexiest cars at the track.
And that's worst race that you can take a brand new car to and try to get sorted.
Right.
I've done it. After the first time I did it, I said I would never do it again. And I think I've done it like 4 or 5, 6 times since then. It's the absolute worst place. So the fact that y'all went there, ran that good, with as many cars as were there and the limited amount of runs, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, we cranked that thing up Sunday the week before. Like, started it, like, for the first time ever. No testing, no nothing, and blazed it in there.
I'd say it went pretty well.
Yeah, so I was really happy with that. There you go.
Hey, listen, man, this gas station here, there are not many people here. Wow.
They're just happy it looks like that somebody's there so they don't get robbed.
I see you at that number 1 stall, though, trying to put some juju on the
park that
weekend.
thing up, put it at the Stevie Fast stall over there.
A diesel truck at a diesel pump.
Oh, my goodness. And then, Lyle, you also want to talk about Ryan McCain, single system big block 415 and 275.
I kind of talked about that already.
Yep.
Rock knows. But
Rock knows.
But
Lyle Rock, I'm gonna come up with a damn. Look at that! Oof! Look at that thing.
So sexy.
I mean, you tell me that ain't a badass looking race car. That's what race cars are supposed to look like. I mean, look at that windshield angle on that son of a bitch. Man, if you stuck that thing in a wind tunnel, it'd be terrible.
Ooh, you caught my face gleaming at that car.
Pregnant.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Thank you.
Hi, Mom. Hello, Mother.
Your mom's in there?
My mother sees me more on podcasts than she sees me in person. Bless her heart. She's watching Jack for me this week.
What's Jackson up to over there? Oh, Rock knows.
He's laying beside me. Rock knows.
And the Rock in the nose is gonna grow into its own thing.
Wow, that seriously was the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I can't even believe that happened to you. You are the weirdest person I know.
Well, thank you. Oh,
you're welcome.
Thank you, fans. Tell them what they want.
My name's Lyle Barnett. We're running turbos in this car. With your flow announcer voice?
Oh yeah, I gotta prime that thing back up for later.
Oh, I gotta know my flow racing. Oh, Cord's wanting to know when his flow racing swag pack is going to show up for sporting some flow gear in the winner circle and on the live feed.
Cord Collins is one of the only human beings on the planet of Earth that does not get a salary by flow racing that has a flow racing hat. Because my boss texted me and said, "Who's the guy on the starting line in the flow racing hat? Tackle him, take the hat. I need a hat." So Cord, you
I like it because nobody else has one, and I can spot him amongst the sea of people with black hoodies on. And I'm like, hey, there's Ripper. So I know how to stomp.
We got him coming for World Series of Pro Mod. Qualify number 1, win the race, you get a hat.
Speaking of hats, MacFab's got some new swag out there.
Oh, that looks good. I need me one of those.
I got one.
Yeah, save me one. Yeah, I don't have one.
No, I'm not at a truck stop looking for a lock lizard. She left her rock with me last time, and that's
oh, Rocky. What's the Rocky theme thing when he beats the Russian? Eye of the tiger.
Oh my God, Devin, that's hilarious. Justin, it's coming. We can't talk about it, but we just signed a deal. It's coming to the public for the first time ever. It's coming.
There you go. All right, let's get on to some picking. Let's do some picking. Let's not nose picking. Wow, we're gonna do picking. Hey, I'll do something pretty dumb pretty soon, and then you'll be able to I'll take over.
It wasn't even his fault. That's just the way that Lyle rolls.
It is. It was my fault.
I mean, but like the odds of it, even though you were in the point of danger, it's still the odds shouldn't have happened.
Man, Lyle's single testing report has thrown my entire pick strategy into chaos.
Not mine. I thought about doing it, but I said, nope, I'm sticking to it.
See, like before I pick this, like the first thing I do is look at the weather. Then I look at, okay, it may rain this. We may lose 2 qualifying sessions. If we do, the car that's got the most sorted out runs is going to have an advantage. I know you don't look at any technical shit. You just pick people because you like the color of their car.
No. Okay, I'm not just a dumb broad.
So, like, then I scratch out who I definitely know is not going to win. So I don't actually
your picks again, but they don't. No scoreboards, no app. We're all going off of rumor through the pit, right? So
everybody's talking shit.
I just know that what.
So everybody's just talking shit.
Well, they don't know. And that's what's awesome. You don't know how fast. Every car looks fast. I mean, you can't look at a car until if it went 65 or 75. Most people can't.
That I cannot even get a rough gauge on is Mark Mickey's turbo car.
I know because it charges so hard out the back. Man,
but
all right.
I know that what my car ran when I looked at the time slip was the fastest that I had heard of all day long. That's all I know.
Ooh, got that pterodactyl light on there.
Stevie, I agree. Stevie Pill just said, bring Rigsby to World Series of Pro Mod. Rigsby's a big wig at Flow. I tried. He's got some personal stuff going. I tried. Keep going. I'm just reading the comments. That's what I do.
Man, that's bad. You missed. Lyle is stuck at a
lot.
truck stop with a lot lizard and some rock in his nose. Courtney's got a new wino meter. She drinks white during the day and red at night.
Can we get a
NHRA Pro Mods are on TV, and we're about to pick winners of World Series Pro Mod.
Do you have purple teeth yet? See?
Why would you call me out like that?
She's like, let me put
a little. Yeah, a little.
All right. So I think the way we should pick this, if everybody's okay with it, is I think you should get 3. I think you should get your number 1, number 2, and number 3, because there's no way you're going to nail one. Now, if y'all just want to pick one, I'm ready for that too.
No, I like the 3 deal because, like, obviously I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could win, and obviously if I don't pick myself, then I'm not choosing. So I'm going to choose myself to win first.
Ooh, okay. All
As you said.
All right. Lyle's got. Wow.
Are we going 1-1 and around in a circle? Or am I picking all 3 right now?
No, we can go 1-1, 2-2, 3-3.
Look, I have a suggestion off the whim here, like, because I did Cartucci as my dark horse. What if we do like 2 and a dark horse? Like in fantasy football, you got you a sleeper.
All right, that's good. I like that.
You know
so we'll get you basically 2 folks you think can smoke it, and then you're going to get your dark horse.
Your dark horse.
Yeah. Like ride through the night, put the cylinder head on, and go to the pole type of folk.
But like, don't get a rock in your nose.
Man, I had my number 1 absolutely picked, and then you got to offer explanation with each one. All right, Lyle, tell me why you think you can win it.
Well, I texted you guys earlier today and said I was irritated, not in the mood, and that I wouldn't pick right. But that changed because we went out there and made a decent run, and that's just kind of the way this works.
It's Tuesday, bro. Chill.
And it's only Tuesday, and Justin Carmack and Terry Coyle are not idiots.
Right. Are you comfortable driving the car? Not to mean like with the speed, transmission, sitting there is comfortable, everything. You like driving it?
Seat's comfortable. I can do absolutely whatever I want to on the starting line. I was like 10 and 26 red all day yesterday, and we tried some things today and dialed that back up, and I can just do whatever I want to on the start line.
Does that thing have a delay box in it?
Oh, yeah.
Put it in.
Oh,
it is. I just was curious. I didn't know some people don't have one, because that was going to take me off the list if you didn't have a delay box.
It's got fuel tech management stuff going on in it.
Rep.
Yeah, so it's got a delay box like all the NHRA Pro Mods do.
Yeah.
Good.
That aren't supposed to have them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got them dialed in there.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to
slide that by when I turned it red like 3 times this year when it mattered and could have won the race. But anyway.
You were going to just sneak it in there?
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so who you got for your numero uno number 1 there, Double C?
I'm going Jim Halsey.
Oh, yes. That's not a bad pick. Tell us why.
Because you can't bet against him because of weather conditions. And I cheated a little, and I texted Jake Harrison of Elite Motorsports, talk about the weather, talk about power outers, talk about what we think. And I just, Jim's a champion. He's a winner. And when it's on the line, he gets it done. And he's my steady pick.
All right, let me look. I need one last weather update before I pick. I want to see in Bradenton.
Now he's cheating. We put our picks in, Lyle, and now he's cheating.
Hey, my car, if I have not rolled through the water box, I can make adjustment.
No, because, you qualified better. You get to run last, yada, yada.
Sunday in Bradenton is a high 78 and partly cloudy.
But here's the deal. It may rain Saturday night, and that is going to screw
everything up.
It is going to be so – I mean, it's going to be a tuner's game, period. But, like, if it rains Saturday night –
Daddy Shark.
But if it rains Saturday night, cool air will come in, and, like, they're showing 3 degrees cooler on Sunday. All right. So I'm torn between 2 folks, and you guys are not going to be surprised by my picks, but I'm going to tell you why. So I was going to pick, especially after thinking that Todd ran the best ET of testing today, I was going to pick Todd as my number 1. And then the only reason I didn't have Lyle as my number 1 is because it's a brand new lease car with a brand new combination. Like the supercharger that you're running was like on my floor of my truck a couple days ago. And normally when you throw that stuff together, it takes a while to sort out. But
Well,
having
I didn't hear an ET that Todd ran today. Todd was not one of the ETs I heard. I heard what he ran yesterday, and it was stout.
right. Well,
I don't know. I don't even know if he ran today.
Well, I don't. If he didn't, it's probably because it was good enough yesterday. The only reason I'm not going to pick Halsey is because it's hard to run a nitrous car in heat. Now, they make the most power in that wet conditions, but it's harder to get down the track than any combination. So I cannot pick a nitrous car. That's why you're going down in flames. He won the Snowbirds because it's all at night and there's radial tire cars. Yeah. So like
I has nothing to do with Snowbirds. My pick is gut.
I mean, not because Brandon's not awesomest nitrous tuner ever. It's just hard to run those cars. I mean, so go with the gut. That's fine. I can't yell at you because you dark horse the Cartuccio. I'm gonna pick Lyle Barnett to win the race, and this is not biased. I really have faith in Carmack and Terry Cole. Chuck Ford's got big power. Hornick and my man Lyle's the best in the business. On the starting line.
Lyle, can I stand on top of your car when you win?
We'll all stand on top of it. It's not ours.
Oh my God! New shake photo. All three of us on top.
We'll just tell them, be like, hey, we're gonna borrow your roof.
I told Chip King, Terry Cole, and Justin Carmack, I said, look, we fuck around and win this race, and y'all are just going to have to
deal with it.
It's going to cost to, like, repair the motor when we drive it back, and whatever, I'm going to crush beer cans on it. Like, it's going to be unbelievable.
We're going to have a good time.
Totally worth it. So we
got a lot of fake money to throw in the air and do snow bunnies in, so it'll be great.
Yeah.
All right, who you got number 2, Courtney?
Lyle's my number 2. Lyle's my number 2 because I trust him as a driver. I don't claim to know what they've got going on under there with the car, with anything, but I know that Lyle is a winner, and when shit comes down to it, he will absolutely annihilate people. And so for the driver sense, Lyle is my driver pick, number 2.
All right, my number 2 is no surprise. It's Todd Totoro, but I'll tell you why. Not only is Todd awesome, he's fierce. And this race has a rule package that will fit his combination very nicely. And that's why. So I'm not sure which package that they're picking, but I can tell you that there's one that's really shiny. And if I know Todd, he has picked that shiny rule package. And if he did, he's going to be very tough to beat because it's light and makes big power.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to mute it. Dion's here.
Oh, no. Do you know a night race for NHRA would be a dangerous and terrible idea because inside the car, you cannot see the finish line at night really well. You cannot see where you're at on the racetrack. Running quarter-mile pro mods at night is dangerous. I don't like that. I've done it. I went 64 at night, and I was guessing I was throwing the chutes at the finish line. All right, Lyle, who you got for your number 2?
I'd already picked this too. I mean, I hate to duplicate what you said, but I'd picked Todd as my number 2. Todd's one of the best ever. He hasn't always done well. I get they've won down there a couple years ago, I think.
Yep. Todd's biggest issue with picking Todd is the fact that Todd runs several cars, and Todd puts his customers in front of himself. Yep. So that's a good thing, but it's hard to pick that.
And now his son.
Right.
So my pick would be Todd.
All right. So Todd's your number 2. Matt's got our hey people, like and subscribe. If you like the Shake and Bake Show, let's do a little marketing. And before we pick number 3, and you like me and Lyle and Double C, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon. That way you'll get notified on Tuesdays when we're doing the Shake and Bake Show. Our schedule's not concrete. Sometimes it's a Tuesday, sometimes it's every other Tuesday. StevieFast.com for your merchandise. Lyle Barnett Racing.com.
Yep.
And CE Drink a Bottle of Wine on me.com.
The Real CE on Instagram.
There you go. Follow the Real CE on Instagram. All right. So who do you got Double C for your dark horse and why? Because last time you just got lucky. And I'm not letting that go through there like you know what the hell
I did not get lucky.
You just got lucky.
I did not get lucky because y'all may know more things about what goes on with the weather and the tuning and the engine and all that bullshit.
It's not
but
bullshit.
A little. I mean,
drag racing has nothing to do with feelings.
It's my turn.
With facts. Go ahead.
There is feeling because there's a lot of luck in drag racing and there's a lot of circumstantial things. There's a lot of momentum. And I'm not going to give up on my dark horse. I'm going Ken Q again. Ken Q didn't fail me once. He's family. Gotta love him. And he is a passionate racer. And he's my dark horse.
All right.
I feel like I should pick Ken too as my dark horse.
Because if you don't, you're going to get beheaded.
No, screw you both. He's mine.
If I don't pick him, then he'll be pissed off and he'll come out there and crush us all and win. But I love you, Ken. And I think you've got just a good, there's way too many good drivers on there. And,
Agreed.
But my dark horse for this week is Travis Harvey.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Travis is a great driver. He's one that gets thrown in a bunch of different cars and immediately adapts and does well in them. He's in a proven car. And Travis is a hometown dude, both of us from the Carolinas. And I think that he's in a car and is a good enough driver, even though this is his first time in it, to go out there and get the job done. So I'm gonna pick Travis.
Dude, I hope you're right. Travis is a great dude.
Yep.
So before I pick my dark horse, I'm going to give you 4 or 5 of why they could be my dark horse.
No,
because this is hard. I mean, you're looking at who's who. All right, so Mark Mickey, we have no idea how fast his car is. We know that it's fast as shit. It's got enough gizmos on it that may take it out. The reason he's not my dark horse is because the turbo car has so many gizmos. Scruggs, how are you going to pick against Scruggs? The only thing is they don't race a lot. So that's why he's not dark horsing. Melanie, I mean, she crushes people all the time. It's hard to not pick that. Marty's driving Bluebeard, and that's a proven absolute bullet. The only reason I'm not dark horsing him is because he's just coming out with it. Not a lot of, big pressure moments in here. He's a great driver. I'm going to have to dark horse. Definitely not dark horsing Jared Gray. Let me scratch that out. Keith Haney is out, and Jay Cox, it should not be on the list. Probably not qualify. I'm going to dark horse.
Double O Shit Show sent that to me. I sent it to Matt so he could nerd it up. How good is that?
Yeah, there you go. I'm dark horsing Stan Shelton.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because the folks that are working on that got a big old set of nuts. They know what they're doing. And Stan will 005 your ass absolutely in a coma on the starting line.
And if you don't like Stan Shelton, there's something wrong with you. Because he's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, if you don't like Stan Shelton, if you come up talking shit about Stan Shelton, I'm probably going to punch you in the mouth.
Me too.
Because you deserve it. So that's why I'm picking Stan. I mean, there's some hot rod names on here. Justin Bond's going to be hauling ass. Belushi's going to be hauling ass. They're both coming off over runs.
Ain't getting it done on race day.
Yeah, they're going to be, but they just made 50, 60 runs overseas with this similar combination. I mean, Marcus Burt, the only reason I don't pick Marcus Burt is just because it's a whole new car and a whole new combination. I mean, there's a lot
in the mix. I think he'll be into the semis-ish.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Lyle? We stepped over you. What were you going to say? You don't remember, do you? Gosh, damn it. I tried to keep his face. He was trying to talk, and then he forgot because his brain went, and he don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so, it's going to be really hard to let's see if we can get some. Go ahead.
Dan Shelton is part of the reason that I got this Chip King deal. He helped me, kind of gave me some contacts and how to get in touch with the right people and whatnot. So thank you to Stan for that.
Here we go. Thank you, Super Mike. Yep. Hey, that was awesome. That was great. I met this guy. We were at Sloppy Joe's in Key West, and I was sloppy. And he didn't get to buy us around. But thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It was good talking to you guys. It's fun talking to folks that like to ride motorcycles and have fun. And Courtney, keep the curls.
I can't unless my girl Shelby goes on the road with me. I can't do it, and I can't afford her.
Yep. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks,
and
Mike.
Yeah, right. We got Jason Scruggs a badass, 100%. Like you got so many good people. You hear me say this all the time, but the fans win this deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it is going to be killer.
I don't know if we were going to talk about it. Can we at least each make one pick for Pro Stock?
Yeah. You want to pick Pro Stock or Mountain Motor? They got regular Pro Stock or Mountain Motor?
No, just Mountain Motor Pro Stock. Only one Pro Stock.
We know who you're going to pick, so I don't want to hear.
But I have three. I followed the rules, and I didn't know if you were going to give it the space, but I have 3 picks.
All right, I don't have a whole list. I need that list before we pick that.
I know, and they haven't put it out there yet. But
how are we supposed to move? You pick, and me and Lyle will figure it out.
You disagree. I'm obviously going to pick Erica because if you vote against Erica, if you root against Erica, there's something absolutely wrong with you. But my second pick, controversial, it's going to be Johnny Placino because he may not always have the car, but that MFer can drop the clutch. He will absolutely be there. And my dark horse is going to be Drinkwater. That long-haired, long-locked stud of a race car driver. He is on the up and up. Like, people, if they don't know his name, they need to figure it out. He's been racing 632, but he's going to be moving up to Extreme Pro Stock. And he's quiet, but he's hungry. So one of those three is going to win the race, in my opinion.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah, we got Powers and Richard are doing this big. There's a real honest to God argument there. Like, they've got a real feud going. We've got Insulin, we've got the Voss boys, we've got DeFlorian, we've got oh my gosh, I wish I had a list. There's so many awesome guys, but yeah, my picks: EE, Drinkwater, and Johnny P.
It's gonna be hard to bet out Nova Joe too for Pro Mod. I was just like talking to Fletcher last night. Man, they got a hot rod too. All right, who do you got? You got anybody from Mountain Motor? Wow.
Yeah, I'll take E just because she's my homie.
We got Frank Gugliotta too. You can't forget the guy behind it. We got elites crew people, and then Frank Gugliotta tuning that thing.
I'll take DeFlorian as my number 2.
Yep.
And my dark horse is going to be Elijah Morton.
I was going to say, if he can get on the clutch pedal, Elijah can do it because he's fast, but he struggles a little.
Yep.
Flying meatball.
How fast did they go today?
I have about 48 unread texts, but I know her first pass was 408, and I know they improved. And let me tell you, maybe if it's too late in the show to get this going, but like, if a 3-second pass happens at this race, does it count? I don't know because we're inching on it.
It's gonna be too hot. It's gonna be too hot.
It may be, but does it? I mean, would it just hypothetically? Would it actually count because it's not a PDRA sanctioned race?
I would think it'd be kind of like everything that happens in non-sanctioned race. It doesn't count.
But
hopefully it doesn't happen because then you won't have to argue about it.
I think they'll be mid 4.0s, 405, 406 ish. We'll be right where it's at.
I'm gonna pick. I'm just gonna go with Placino just because you went with Erica, so I can have something to root against you. DeFlorian, and I'm gonna pick Double E as my dark horse, even though she's not a dark horse.
In this class,
I can't pick all the same people y'all do.
So I'm the only one going Drinkwater here, huh?
I don't know.
Nobody's picking Powers. I want to put that out there. Nobody picked Chris Powers.
Oh, we do have somebody in chat that did.
Who? He's been running his mouth.
Somebody did. Oh, there you go.
How good has Monte Clavo?
Monte Calvo?
How good has he ran?
He's coming. He's running that Roy Hill stuff. He's running that old red Roy Hill car, but I don't know. I mean, listen, he's going to be watching this and I'm going to get shit for this. I love him so very much. He's a great dude, but I just don't know. I don't know come Sunday. I think he'll be in second, third round, but I think that those 3 or 4 are going to be, it's going to come on that clutch pedal like Pro Stock always does.
Oh,
and I got real quick before we wrap it up, real quick. So Chris Matters. I became the first alcohol sponsored member of Shake and Bake this weekend.
That's horseshit.
She didn't get the first. She got the first sponsorship of anything for Shake and Bake. Like
he gave me a bottle of Freak Show Cabernet, and I became the first booze sponsored member of Freak Show. Yes, this is a Freak Show.
Wow.
Shake and Bake. I win.
Me and you are about to. I'm gonna go out and sell some booze sponsorship. I bet I can get it too. I can't get you.
I hope you do, but I want.
Give me some booze. If you got a bottle, I'm getting a drum.
That's fine, but I started it with a bottle. Thank you, Chris. Love you, Chris.
All right. Do we have anything to give away? Matt, you got anything to give away?
I still haven't even sent my last swag pack out. That's sad.
It's not sad because I sent it out right before we left, and I think that I got a FedEx alert that it got sent back.
To be fair, I haven't been home since. I don't even know.
Matt, we can't give away any automatic hole punchers, right?
No. How about the gun clean mat /
Okay.
mouse pad?
Yeah. So
My favorite.
Yeah, me too. I do love the gun clean mat, and I ordered 5 million of them. It's actually on my desk right now. It's about, I'm gonna guess, about 36 inches. Is that right?
About 36 inches.
We'll see how close my measurement skills are. It's a KTR gun cleaning mat, doubles as a desk size mouse pad. It's good if you're in servicing your weapons, put it on your reloading bench. And it's pretty good if you're a pro line tuner and have to put the laptop on the roof. It's good to set on the roof. You can put mini laptops up there in the staging lanes if you need to make some final adjustments. So we're going to give that away to the person that answers this question. This is really simple. And if y'all don't get this, you're not a KTR Radial Tire fan. At what track did I break the Radial Tire record and run 419?
I know it.
You don't count. And while people think, I got to answer a comment. Ashley, message me on Facebook or Instagram because I have that video and you were freaking awesome and I will send it to you.
All right, man, I'm gonna let you figure out who said it first, because there's gonna be like a million people that say that one.
Oh, they're coming in.
Oh, they got it. Matt, you're gonna have to look and see on your end. Last time I picked, I
hi,
shot us
Kevin.
in the moles.
Hi, Kevin. We have Kevin. Everybody meet Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello. I should have brought the beast down here.
This is Dion's dog, Kevin. Gosh damn.
Matt, who you got for winning? Do you know? We look in private chat. He doesn't know. Who posted that in private chat?
Send me some hats. Who did post that?
It has to be one of us.
That was me.
Oh.
Oh. I'll put the answer in private chat, Matt, in case you don't know.
Yeah, I was wrong.
What's the millennial song? Da-na-na, da-na-na. All right, who picked Holly Springs?
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep,
I
that was the
did.
good old days. That's when hot rodding was hot rodding. I'll let Matt find the answer to that. Quick Tire Racing, thank you, brother.
Thanks, dude.
How quick do you think a hard tire can go into eighth with a 400 tread wheel on a radial track? Tire is the only stipulation. I'm gonna let you answer that, Lyle. I don't know a lot about the hard tiring.
Man, I don't really know a whole lot about the hard tire racing except in the no prep world. I would say it could go like when he said no power, like any power adder, any combination, just a hard tire on something. I don't know, man. 480s.
480s. There you go. I have no idea. Shane Spence, I think. Is that right, Matt? That's our winner of our KTR automatic hole puncher cleaning mat / gun mat / mouse pad.
That is correct.
And what does Shane Spence need to do?
Shane,
Send you an email?
you need to email me a screenshot of your YouTube channel. Make sure you're logged in as you to matt@steviefast.com.
Matt@steviefast.com.
Matt's the real MVP of everything.
Fact.
All right, so that's so if you guys want to talk about scheduling real quick, Shake and Bake next Tuesday, we're going to recap World Series of Pro Mod. We have 2 smokingly awesome NHRA Pro Mod press releases that will come out probably between now and then. One of them, I almost talked about it 3 times tonight, and I managed to get my mouth shut before it came out. We have prelude into the NHRA kickoff season for all classes in Gainesville. Normally when Pro Mod shows up, we're like, there's 2 or 3 races and everybody's ready. This time it's going to be a shit show with everybody showing up at the same time. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be sold out. Then we're going to have Shake and Bake again the following week to recap Gainesville and talk about the upcoming race in Alabama. So you guys are going to get tired of talking to us.
And also don't forget this coming Friday at World Series of Pro Mod, right off track. If I can get you 2 yahoos on there, JT and I are going to run the show. We haven't talked about it off screen, so I might try and do some kind of shake and bake mix up with it. But right off track on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern.
I'll bring the bourbon. I'm not racing, so I'll just get me a bottle of bourbon and walk around the pits and tell the truth to everybody.
Hopefully
You guys have never seen anybody tell the truth like Bourbon Stevie tells the truth.
What, Lyle? Speak, Lyle.
Hopefully I can brag about being on top of the qualifying sheet.
We'll just do it. We'll set it up in the Elite Pit on their Elon Musk Starlink, and we'll just all hang out. How about that?
Perfect.
We got, where can we find Right Off Track?
Flowracing.com. For now, it's not live yet. We're going to go live here in a couple weeks once my producer and I get it figured out. But flowracing.com and all my socials.
Clay, when you win the Gators, you are definitely coming on the show Tuesday after the Gators.
Absolutely. 1
million.
Even if you don't.
Remember every time you stomp on that loud pedal, just stomp on it just a little hard for me. Just kick that thing into the throttle stop.
Yeah, right.
I want to warm that thing up.
We had so I asked, everybody's asking about Farmer Fran. I took a fan vote for who they wanted to see for Farmer Fran. You'll be surprised who it was. More people told me that they wanted to see Farmer Fran Alex Laughlin than anybody else. I don't have a Farmer Fran segment loaded up for this race because of the amount of news that we had to drop, all the picking and everything else. I will have Farmer Fran loaded up next week. So you guys are going to have to wait till then. In the meantime,
why are they hating on Alex this week?
I don't know, but here's what I'll let you guys do. Matt's going to repost the video as soon as it gets uploaded. Go in there and put in the comments who you want to be Farmer Fran. Just put Farmer Fran in a name. Whoever wins will Farmer Fran out. So I think that's a good way to do it because there's nothing I love more than Farmer Franning. Man, there's House of Hook news. We're gonna have to do that. Man, it's gonna be good. The next 4 weeks in door car racing is gonna be really amazing. I mean, we've already had 2 amazing weeks, but coming in this week, I cannot wait. Man,
it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be really good. Do you guys in chat have any questions for us before we go? We're already long. We try to shoot for an hour and a half. We're an hour 40. Let's see what we got. Oh, yes. Yeah. The young fan requested about Alex. I think that was Hunter. So I think Hunter, the kid, he's an awesome kid, and I really like him. He brings me cheese balls at every race.
Oh, that's that kid.
Yeah. He came to a race a long time ago, and I told him that cheese balls made the car go fast. So they bring me some cheese balls at every race. And amazingly, when they bring me cheese balls, the car runs pretty good. So he wanted Farmer Fran. I told him, I said, you just pick Farmer Fran. So we'll take a fan vote and see.
Alex would be a good sport about it. We can get some good shit on it.
Yeah, that'll be good. No idea yet. I had a little scan. I'm about 30% fused until I get 100% fusion in the old Nekaruski. No race car driving for me. Scar is tightening on up and starting to look a little better. It was looking pretty ghastly, but
stop putting your head back.
It's got to be mobility.
You're not supposed to do that.
Gosh. But I can tell you from going and watching Timmy have fun driving that car, man, I love it. That Joker. When he gets up there and it's got my blower on, he rips that thing through the water. I'm like, this sounds like me. Wow, you gonna name your pet rock?
We're gonna have to talk about that off camera, and we'll come up with a name.
Gonna be a Farmer Fran name for that.
Yeah, the rock is Farmer Fran.
What you got, Matthew?
We got that video clip too, and you can hear at the very end where he pulses the gas a little bit, where he gets them all.
Fire the video up, Matt.
All right.
All right.
Folks, tell them what they've won. Does that thing ever finish shifting? Look like, damn, I mean, shit.
Wasn't he 006 off the button right there?
They talked to him shit. They talked shit to him before the race that they was going to crush him. And I'm not exaggerating. Timmy told him he was going to go 006 on their ass because 006 was better than 007, and the son of a bitch went 006. That is a true story right there. That's why I call him James. So I always call Justin Bond James Bond. Timmy might be James Bond too because he said I'm just a little bit better than 007.
Booger Boulder. I stumbled a shit show, called it the Booger Boulder.
So Timmy had like 5 thou in the box before that run in the semis. He rolled it down to 1. He's like, I know I'm going to have to be fast. They're going to run to 358 and all that stuff. So then he went up there and laid that 006 on him. So really it's 005. And that's in the final round. He didn't stage it deep. That's race car driving shit right there.
That was
Look,
awesome.
everybody popped a chubby. Me too.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was a total full train donkey gap. All right, so Shake and Bake Show next 3 weeks. We got World Series of Pro Mod. I'll see you guys down there as soon as I get our Davinco car finished and ready to go crush everybody in Gainesville. We'll be headed down there. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys and hanging out with you guys. This has been a really long show. Thanks to all the fans for sticking with us. NHRA Pro Mods on TV, World Series of Pro Mod coming up, drag radios left and right, Right on Track podcast. Stevie and Courtney Flo are walking it back from the winner's circle. Lots of content.
Yeah, let me know. Also, let me know who y'all want me to walk it back from at World Series. I need some input there. We got to walk it back.
Yeah, go in there. So go in the video when Matt reposts this on YouTube, and also pick your CE Walk It Back crew that you want to see her walk it back with, and we'll get that. We get a overwhelming response for that. Go to flowracing.com and check out when we walked it back. You'll kind of get the feeling of what the show is going to be like, and then see who you'd like to have on there. Thank you, Clay.
We love you, Clay.
We love you. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. And y'all have a good week, and we'll see you guys
Later.
Peace. Fire up.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.